got to check out this JCD and Hobby. Ever heard of that or been there?
No.
Yeah, they've upped their game. It's huge. I mean, it's 10 times what that store is. I mean, and I guess I take it for granted. It's in my own backyard. But,
They have 3 locations.
that's what Jay's.
Going
does too.
Going back to the G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Because it crosses over and both universes collide, I want to see a crossover that basically Cobra Commander's the possessed ghost of Starscream.
That would
Same
be
voice.
hilarious.
Same voice.
Same voice.
Yeah. What up, Posse?
What up, everybody?
How's it going? This is Brandon.
And Mark.
Kyle.
Again, we got Kyle in the house, our boy. I am Chad, and this is going to be... I went on vacation for my birthday for a weekend. I went thrifting.
29.
39.
39.
But thanks for asking.
39
I'll
for the
take-
10th time.
I'll take 29. Went to us. This is now my new honey hole.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So
And
we won't know the name of it
You're
now.
gonna love the stuff that I got.
Oh, boy.
A lot of these guys have seen it. I've got everything from DVDs to cards, and let me start by this, Mark. I got that for you because you wanted me to. I took a picture of it, and he had to have that.
I never had any of those back in the day, but they were so amazing. You'd see them on pegs. You know, when you're younger and you're a kid, you only, I'm G.I. Joe only, and your parents only going to get you whatever. This was one of those lines. Remember the line Cops, too? There was a line,
Yeah, totally do.
love Cops.
Yeah.
I wish I could have those and those. There's a few lines I never got anything from, and I regret it.
Was this
one,
like late 80s, early 90s?
early
94
maybe?
Yeah, 94.
94?
Yeah, 94.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So you owe me money.
I know.
Skeleton Warriors.
And
I
then
know.
lately I've been doing a lot of DVDs because I'm buying them up and I'm swooping.
So I have seen the episodes with the DVDs, and I 100% agree with everything
Thank
you're saying.
you.
Because you're exactly right. I'm a big physical media guy too. I have massive CD collection, DVD collection. But you're exactly right. The director's commentaries, those kind of things, it's a lost art. People, and once these go out of print and everybody just has Netflix and stuff, there's going to be hardcore ET fans or whatever out there. They're going to be chasing these things down.
This one has already actually been being chased down because of the fact that this is the 20th anniversary edition from like 2003. This is not the one this is the one that everybody's looking for because this is not the one that they CGI'd the guns out and put walkie-talkies to make it more softer for kids.
Yep.
I watched this. The
It
reason
was
why
scary when I was a
I bought
kid.
like 40 DVDs in this thrift store up in what's called Crosby, Minnesota. It's got a row of antique stores and tons of little thrift stores. And the guy that sold these to me, I bought like literally 40 or 50 of them,
Wow.
had bought out the Blockbuster up there. And this is the one with commentary.
Yeah.
This is the one that's that isn't tampered with. And I don't know, Kyle, have you watched that anytime recently?
It's been a long time since. I think E.T. was the first movie I saw in the theater, though. As a
It's
kid, I
dark.
believe. Yeah.
It holds up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you could make that movie
Yeah.
now and have it not be like PG-13 or actually just be not so kiddie oriented, if you will.
I always preferred Mac and Me, the E.T. light. Remember that one?
Oh, good God.
Light.
Sponsored by McDonald's.
That was horrible.
Have you ever seen this?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Did you-
Excalibur.
This movie
No.
is epic.
1981. Okay.
Yeah, I don't recall this at all.
This is all about the Sword and the Stone, King Arthur. It's really dark.
It's not Nightcrawler and Captain Britain,
No, there's
Kitty Pryde.
there's gratuitous violence and nudity in it.
Oh, wow.
And it also has a very young Patrick Stewart.
With hair?
With barely.
Okay.
Some. A little more than before, but he looked old even
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
But a really young Liam Neeson is in that too.
It goes really deep into like Camelot and like the Lady in the Lake
yeah.
and
Oh, wow.
Morgan Le Fay.
So it goes
and-
more into the backstory than just he pulls the sword from the stone and now he's King Arthur.
The whole
I just know it-
backstory, the incest of
betrayal.
all of it, all the betrayal of all that.
Guinevere
Merlin.
hooking up with Sir
Sir
Lancelot.
Lancelot.
I mean, it's such a great movie, and it stands the test of time. It's
Yeah,
still good.
you
to
have got to
this day.
see this, Kyle. This
Interesting.
is really
That's
really
a good pickup.
Yeah.
Huh.
Do you want to show some of those pictures and we'll go through them? This is some
Yeah.
of the stuff because I went to all these different thrift stores and so I didn't buy everything. I took a
Pictures.
ton of pictures of stuff. don't you put us in the small box, buddy?
All right.
And this is what I had found. No problem. This is what I had found at one of the first spots that I went to, and I mean,
I tell you what, that 87 tops catches
Look
my
at
eye
that,
immediately.
yeah.
just
Baseball.
I know, and you can zoom in on those if you want, buddy, or whatever you want to do. But this was a antique store, thrift store, that was a cooperative, so everybody had just a little cubicle. And I mean, everything was
Fleer,
so cheap.
Donruss,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what
Bowman.
those are worth anymore, but that's my wheelhouse bag. I remember that
The
91
old
Clutch
wax
score
packs.
set, getting that for Christmas one year.
And this is that era, 89, 90,
Yeah.
91, where it was so horribly overproduced.
Yeah, we didn't know it.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, I've got all that stuff too. And
That's
and-
literally from probably over a span of like 5 or 6 years.
Mhm. But this
Yep.
is my theory, and I don't know if Kyle, what you think of this, but these are the gens that you're going to see actually be worth money because nobody gave a crap about them and didn't take care of them.
True, just
So
like Golden
as-
Age comics.
Yeah, as we get older, these things are actually going to be more valuable. That's my theory.
Yeah, and they usually say what the rule of
Yeah.
30, rule of 35 years is usually when
Things-
the nostalgia kicks in, when people have more money and they want stuff back from when they were a kid. But some of the early
Look at
90s
this,
stuff was
though.
produced in such heavy quantities.
Yeah,
So there you go.
speaking of throwbacks here, we got Barbie.
Barbie, Wonder Woman.
And this was probably like mid 90s, maybe late 90s, early 2000s.
I'm gonna say,
Because
I'm gonna say mid '90s, maybe late.
that
late
Wonder
90s.
Woman, the symbol, like the whole
Yeah.
logo design.
That's the Wonder Woman. When I picture Wonder Woman, that's kind of what I think of.
Yeah, right.
And those are great figures. Not that I collect Barbies or anything, but those are the great 2-in-1 because it speaks to a Wonder Woman collector. It speaks to the Barbie collector. So if you're looking for value, it's not something just a Barbie person's gonna want.
Right.
There's,
Yeah.
No.
it's spreads.
It crossed like DC fans,
Yeah.
comic book fans, Barbie fans.
All right, go to the next one.
Let's get that granite.
Oh, Mark, I'm
Oh
Human
man,
hands.
so
what was
this
that priced?
$50,
I was like, get that for me.
and I
You
went
back and it was gone.
gone.
Oh,
And
really?
it was tucked
Okay.
away in like when I found it, it was literally tucked away somewhere, and I pulled it out because I just saw bright colors like a kid that I am, and I took a picture of it. He's like, I want to tell him I'll get $40, but there's no bargaining or haggling
Yeah,
with these guys at all.
Hey,
But I was
someone
like,
probably
dude,
tried
I'll
to
pay
hide it.
50.
That looks amazing
Yeah.
shape too.
It could
it's
very
mint
well
on
flip
card.
it. Flip
That's
it,
one
Brandon.
of the few
So-
cartoons that weren't on in my childhood.
This is the
in my
next
area.
one. This I don't know why Chad took a picture of this
Because
it's
this
his
is-
greatest fear.
But if you look at the size of my hand, my
Yeah.
thumb,
Yeah.
that thing is like 7 inches
at it.
tall and creepy.
But it's such a that's like the iconic Pez. I
It
feel
was,
like,
and it was only $20, and I kind of regret not buying that. It was in really good
even though it
shape.
give you nightmares.
Should have bought that red phone.
Yeah.
I have 3 of them. Okay. All right, next one.
Yeah, there we go. See, this,
Yeah,
there you
there's
see a better
you
picture.
see how big he
it's
is.
huge.
yeah.
It's one of
That's
those ones that
Bozo,
just-
isn't it? I guess I didn't catch it was Bozo
Is it
the Clown.
Bozo?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I should have
It
bought
is
that.
Bozo the Clown.
Yeah, look at the classic clown
Classic.
look. It definitely, I think it dispensed actual packs. of-
After looking at this now, how creepy it is, I'm kind of glad I didn't purchase
Right.
this.
You go back and forth.
There we go. The thing that
There
Mark
you
got.
go, Mark. There's your
Yay.
skeleton warriors.
Skeleton Warriors.
Yeah, those didn't do very well because I don't know if a cartoon ever happened or it didn't get
There,
canceled.
I believe there was, but I think that it was just so not
Yeah.
fun for kids. It's scary. It's
Yeah.
skeletons. I mean,
Yeah.
go to the next one, Brandon. And you can see the back of it. Oh, maybe I.
No, just send me the.
Oh.
This is a turtle. Like there was like a turtle trove there.
There
wasn't
was tons of turtle stuff.
Yeah. There was just like a. This is like a picture dump, and there's so much stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this, and then there's even everything from Star Wars, TMNT.
And I didn't know what these were, but they wanted way too much for them. And then Grote said that they were micro machines.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. They look like the micro.
And they
machine
wanted
ones.
like $35
Oh,
for them. And
jeez.
then Mark had said that they're pretty much a money grab. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Star Wars child.
So
yeah,
then
there's
I-
another one.
the Rat King.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, is that
Look
who
at
that?
that. Yeah,
Okay.
classic.
I was
90s
surprised because I was taking
Sputniks.
these pictures for you, Brandon, and I didn't see you even jump on any of them.
I was like, oh,
Probably my favorite turtle
Yeah.
villain.
the Rat King.
Yeah. I was
We-
like the
Good
weird
God.
ones. Oh, Raph.
There you go. Raph, everyone's favorite. Who's this
Granite Trag,
one?
I
Okay.
think, or
Granite
Granite, or
things?
I think it's Trag or Graniator, one of the two. They get them at your local Target now in the NECA.
Oh, okay.
All right. I think I was gonna say I thought I saw that.
Oh, there you go, Sam
Classic
Wessel or
figure,
something like
guys.
that.
Yeah, these. I thought these were a little too overpriced.
Yeah,
$7.95.
You usually get them around $5.
$5,
on those,
yeah.
Yep.
for at least her.
The Star Destroyer.
Yeah, there's the starters.
That was
for the
also Micro
Micro
Machines,
Machines as well. Yeah.
Look at that, like all the little things, like those old school like,
This-
little
Yeah.
knickknacks.
Place was just jam
Little
packed full
music
of
box.
stuff.
Mhm.
Yes, it's crazy.
There's some comic books.
okay.
There
too.
you go.
So, Cloak and Dagger #1, right? Go ahead. Here you go, Mark. For $8.
Very underrated Marvel Legends figures.
I think
always
so.
thought.
But Mark, you had said that there was going to be a short-lived show and it bombed.
They had a show.
It was
Had
on
it.
like
It kinda
Amazon or Hulu or
bombed.
something.
Yeah, it was on
or CW.
Hulu, I
Or
think.
like CW or something.
No,
yeah, it was,
you're right. It was like
something like
it was-
that.
What?
I never saw it, but I remember hearing
It
about it.
kind
I
of
guess.
bombed.
Well, sometimes they try to reimagine those things and they change it around where it's not even really the same thing.
Right,
No.
right. All right, go to the next one. I'll try and go through
But that
these
was
here.
still a nice score. In fact, once you got that, I was like, I know I have
Dragon
that
Riders
issue, but
or
I was like, I wanna get a
Dragonflies?
Yeah, I
version
didn't know
of
what
that.
these were.
Yeah, I don't know
And
those either.
Dragon Riders, apparently.
Or Dragon something like they were like the
Mark had put them up on the
fairy
feed.
flies or whatever.
They were dragon.
Dragonflies, but it was like
Flies, but
the
these
male
are the
counterpart to a
riders.
girl's toy.
But you've noticed all the
Oh.
more baseball cards on the bottom. I mean, just clusters and clusters of really cool stuff in cabinets, and I was just like drooling. I was in there
Yeah,
way
right,
too long.
Exactly. That one was just like the nicest I think out of the two.
Yeah, I think so too. And
Those
great
were
colors.
sweet, but
Yeah.
you can get them cheaper actually on eBay.
Speaking
than
of
what
trading
were
cards that they
selling
made,
them for.
trading cards of everything.
So those are
Oh,
Elvis. Yep,
Yeah.
and I bought those, and I've got them
Nice.
right here. And
Let's show them here.
yeah, so I had one of these. My grandmother collected these,
Huh.
and I had this was the one that I had originally.
And this was just like the height of his popularity, or when he was like in the army.
This is
doing
after he
stuff?
died.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is like 70. This is a money grab.
1978. Yeah, it says back
1
here.
year after he died, this was a money grab for whoever estate.
Didn't they say that? Didn't Groucho die like the day before Elvis, and then everybody forgot that Groucho died? He like totally
Yeah.
stole all of his thunder.
Yeah, good
It's
guy.
like Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, Michael Jackson stuff.
Oh, good call. That's right.
Yeah,
Farrah
same thing.
Fawcett died the same day. That's right. But I just had a little. I mean, they're $5 for the 3 cards. One of them's in kind of crappy condition, but to me, nostalgically, it was like that
Yeah.
was something that my grandmother used to love Elvis, and so I just decided that And just as we
This
were talking,
is Elvis at a cage match.
What?
what? Oh, okay.
What is that?
Yeah, it's in
He
the
looks like he's
future.
ready to
So
wrestle.
Yeah,
Elvis
the
is still
fight.
alive.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
obviously.
that.
Now it's proven.
They
Yeah,
had
classic
cage matches
Elvis.
back then before he died.
But just as we'd seen, we were just talking about the baseball cards and everything. All trading cards are getting big again. All of them are coming
You
back.
see,
For right now.
yeah, and you see Target now has signs they're not selling it. They're not selling
Yeah,
toys because
they're,
of the
like,
fist
done.
fights and everything. They're not
Okay.
Yeah.
The cards are canceled out.
crazy.
You guys are gonna freak out on these. So I
Right.
went into a place and all of a sudden I see a bunch of comics just stacked up, not very well cared for, but in very, very good shape. And it's the entire run of the Beta Ray Bill first intros.
Oh wow!
So I've got, what number is that? 344. Yeah, there you go.
That's the famous cover right there.
Oh yeah, there it is. I never collected Thor back in the day, but I absolutely loved these Thor. I mean, looking at like old paperbacks and
Yeah.
stuff, I loved it.
Just look
Aren't
at
those
all
cool?
those.
Oh
like,
man,
go-
yeah.
Mark, hold them up next to the like.
It's that
That is just such the iconic run of
it
just
is. And these
Thor.
that Thor outfit back then, it's like amazing.
Yeah. Oh, and the colors?
Oh, I know.
Oh my God! I mean, and I honestly, I didn't. I slept on Thor until Beta Ray Bill happened, and I thought that was the neatest character. The whole idea of
Yeah.
him being worthy. But look at those colors. Is that David Byrne or John Byrne? I mean,
We're talking heads.
John. Yeah, my bad.
He was doing his moonlighting.
No, it's Gabriel Byrne from Miller's Crossing. Anyways,
Oh, is it in there?
is there a tear in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
But just look at those colors. Like it's such like it's like there's like a big fight scene. There's like the one pictured is such a he's disgraced, so it's dark colors.
After you posted that, I had to do some research because I was like, at the time when I was like, I think Beta Ray Bill was the first person other than Odin or like Zeus to lift Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
But there was one guy, and his name was Red Norville, and Odin set him up to be Thor, to die on purpose. This is how dirty Odin
It
did
is.
him. So his son would
Good
live.
gosh.
This guy would turn into Thor and die fighting the Midgard serpent. He saved the world. He killed the Midgard serpent, and he died.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
But he was kind of a jerk when he became Thor.
Yeah.
It's like because he was like
He deserved it.
He was punk. They made him out to be a real prick.
Did you the Max there too? Is that I saw the
Yeah,
Max?
buddy. I think that
gosh,
was the
so
last of the Beta Ray run.
And these creatures that they're fighting, I forget what they were called, but they were the reason that he needed the hammer because they killed Beta Ray. They were like killing Beta Ray Bill's whole.
Well, in this one right here,
Yeah,
we were
that's
doing.
the-
This is the premiere issue, and it's the what they call the newsstand. Thank you, which is worth more.
Yeah, because it's like newsstands didn't really
Gone-
take care of.
Right, it gone
so-
through the ringers.
Yeah. See, like exactly. Like, this is like, oh, Thor is gone, and they make a point of making it black with just like the Asgard, the bridge, and he's like, "You're disgraced. You're out of here.
The Rainbow Bridge.
You're
Yeah,
out of here."
Thor annual. I mean, I just saw
That's-
the prices
like, look at
on
that.
it.
Like that's such a
Couldn't pass it
great
up.
like.
I couldn't.
I
Those
lo-
were special when they
I
came
love
out.
those annuals too. Yeah, always a bigger one-off story too is always cool.
Yeah. Nice. Which issue is that one? Which number?
342.
342.
And I'm not
okay.
sure. I think this guy is some ancient Asgardian that had like gotten trapped somewhere, and like he didn't know who Thor was, but he knew who Odin was, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Odin, my father." They like fight it first, and then he like helps free him or something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I got all these comics because I collected them as a kid.
I couldn't believe that I got them all for like $70.
Wow.
What about these X-Men ones? I'm
Let's
gonna
see.
glance
We'll
at
keep
those
going.
fast.
Okay.
I love that X-Men one
There
there.
you go. Might as well do something. And you know, these are the ones that I got because either I have a whole X-Men from this era, and these are the ones I'm actually missing.
Oh,
And they were very fair priced too, and they weren't
Nice.
in too bad a condition either. More Thor, more Thor, more Thor.
Here's some X-Men.
X-Men. Here you go.
Thor.
The Uncanny X-Men, though.
I bought a lot of Thor, and I'm not going to start collecting Thor. I'm just going to collect
Just-
this run.
Just the Mighty Thor.
Yeah, I
You
might
need
actually.
to look in this comic and see if Rom the Space Knight's in there because that's a dire wrath or whatever, dire ward, and that's who Rom kills. He hunts those guys.
Okay, I will
But they
look.
can—they're kind of like the Skrulls. They can
We'll
take
we'll
people's
box
shape.
them.
Yeah, bag and board those.
Yeah, we'll put it in the bag and board episode. Yes, Max.
I loved the Max, the cartoon that was on MTV back then. I
Yeah,
think was it Liquid
Liquid
Television, and then
Television.
it got its
Yeah, it
own
was-
series after that.
It had a
And-
short run, one season.
And my dad and I loved the Max. Shout out to my dad. I know he's watching.
Shout out to
Shout out,
Kyle
Pop.
Peterson's dad.
Look at
That's
what we
right.
got, Dad.
And
Yep.
like you said, your dad, we're your dad's favorite YouTube show.
That's right. He
Just
is.
Look at those
Because
like,
older
classics.
people
Over me.
dig us.
That's right.
Because they're just like, these guys aren't good, but they're funny.
Yeah, exactly. But the Max had McFarlane made Max figures, and my dad and I chased those down back in the days. They had all the variants of those little white
Yeah.
and black. What are they called?
Yeah.
Forget the names of them, but those little creatures. There's tons of variants of those, and my dad and I,
Oh wait, go back to the barbed wire real quick. People forget about that being a movie.
yeah, comic book.
Pamela Lee,
Yeah. Then Stripperella like 10 years later.
which she looks like a combination of the two right there. Yeah, and it's Dark Horse Comics. So, and I spent probably an hour and a half there. I bought this one just
Classic Jim Lee right there.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
I wanted to read it more than
Yeah.
anything else.
And that run, his run is going
Oh,
for all of a sudden these were like
Yeah.
$1.50 comics. Now they're like
I remember X-Men
20 bucks.
1. Remember the famous X-Men 1 was cheap forever. I mean, it's starting to
you
finally.
couldn't give it away.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
saw this at a thrift store for $4, and
That's a flashback.
I had to
Yeah.
buy it. Yeah,
I had the Patriot one.
Grendel was a favorite of mine back, or Chapel. I remember having his.
Yeah, because he was like the Spawn
Yeah,
crossover guy.
kind of.
Chapel reminded me of the guy that was in the anime for Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
I don't know that
I
one.
think his name was Chapel. I could be wrong, but yeah.
but Just Toys making those.
Yeah.
They are the bendy expert. They made so many bendies over the years.
Now let me ask you guys this, since I got 3 experts here, because I'm not one of them with this. Go ahead and put the back up, please. With something like this, do you unbox it, put the because somebody told me, so, oh, you got to take the number 1 and bag it and board it.
You know what's
No.
funny about this stuff? I don't know if that's worth anything, but starting lineups. We all remember the starting lineup heydays of crazy, worth $1 million, all that kind of stuff. Now they're basically worthless. However, the cards inside, if you get those things mint and they're 10 graded, like the Michael Jordan one, thousands of dollars.
Wow.
And I don't know if we could say with Youngblood, I don't know if it's quite the same as Michael Jordan, but
No.
there would be people, you grade that comic, the comic's worth more than the whole thing together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say him because he could beat Michael Jordan in a fight.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Just
Probably.
saying. And he also looks like Captain Britain.
Look at these.
Yeah,
Look at
Youngblood-
the old school.
You know what, man? Like I said, I
And
just started.
Scottie Pippen
Who's that?
Scottie
I'm
Pippen.
kidding.
hooked up with Madonna, and Michael Jordan didn't. So you know what he did.
Oh,
There you go.
denied.
no.
What do you?
Oh, Vogue.
Vogue.
Okay. Get out of here. All right.
It was a long way to the punchline. We got
I know,
there.
we
We
got
got
there.
there.
We got there. It took us a long time. but we
dramatic
got there.
pause.
It was.
All right,
Oh,
back to
God.
the old school. Yeah.
That is some old school.
I just
comics right
started
Those
like
books
I
are
said.
comics.
We all got to go up there. We got to rent out that cabin that I got up there. It's beautiful. It's right on the lake. But there are
Look at that.
literally look at all this stuff. I mean, we could spend days there. And this is where this is my new honey hole, and this is why.
Look at
Going
that.
through all of this, look at that thing.
That's
Old
sweet,
Tonka,
dude.
right?
Going through all of these, the lady walks up to me. She's 80-ish, and she goes, just to let you know, everything here is cash because we don't have any internet here. Where I was just
Oh,
like,
wow, okay.
oh, you shouldn't have told me that. That means you haven't checked any
Look
of
at
these
these.
prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smurfs.
Oh boy, were those
Lots
like
of
a Hardee's
them.
giveaway or something like that, or
I think they were Hardee's. I think you're right. Yeah,
Hardy's got the weird ones.
yeah,
they did.
Or they got the cartoons and stuff.
yeah.
I wish I would have bought
yeah.
that.
Yeah, the ad
You
stuff
should have bought
always
that.
Yep.
goes for good money.
And
does.
and that one actually had batteries that would bang the drum and go around. So and that was only $30, and I do regret not.
Looks like you could borrow those
He's got some
glasses too.
stuff on his face, though.
Yeah.
So it's
Look at
probably
that. Look at some the Weeble Wobbles.
I regret not buying some of the Weeble Wobbles that were there, but I'm gonna be completely honest. Oh, I should have bought those too. Animaniacs,
Yeah.
or early Animaniacs. Now that they've been rebooted,
Oh, there's my wheelhouse.
go.
dude, I love those.
So, I went nuts during COVID. I got my nostalgia kicked in for these Power of the Force, from the mid '90s, and they're dirt cheap. And I'm doing on my YouTube channel a daily every day I unbox a different Star Wars figure. I've been going through the Power of the Force, been going through all that stuff. It just takes you back, your memories and everything else. I love them. They're so cheap, and they even hold up to this day, I feel like.
The one thing that I'll say about the Power of the Force, because I've been saying it to these guys for a while, these are going to be highly collectible for two reasons. One, people are hating on them,
Yep.
and two, they look like they're jacked.
I always liked that. A lot
I
of
did
people
too.
hated that.
It's like-
Luke Skywalker, what did he do? He's ready,
Look
Yeah,
like,
right?
Why are all these guys got,
You're seeing an uptick in those because they were $2-3 for years. Now
Yeah, now they're like $5.
Yeah, now they're like $5.
cupping up.
Well,
What's
it's the
the
younger
heck?
collectors that
Yeah.
don't have them.
Well, they said,
and
I
then
forget,
older
And they could
collectors are
afford
like,
them.
there was something
Yeah.
about the Power of the Force. Most toy lines at that time were made in like 10,000 figure runs, and they were something like 70,000 for those. And that's why you see them so many to this day.
Okay.
Nice.
Something
Oh,
along
yeah.
them lines.
Do you guys know what this
is
is?
this?
Go ahead and flip it up to the big one, buddy.
Halloween
I don't even
kids?
know what
It
is. This
looks
is so
like-
weird.
It looks like my buddy knockoff.
It does.
But it's a Halloween kid, and I didn't do any research on it. It was only $10. I
How
probably
big?
should have bought it.
Like,
He's about 14
wow.
inches. Yeah,
I don't know anything about it
I
either.
didn't
That's
know
crazy.
anything about him, and I should have probably done a little research on
His
that.
fanciest pearls on.
Those are pretty sastastic.
Look at this.
Oh.
Some old
Sweet.
Disney.
Tons and tons of old toys like that from like late 60s, early 70s, and I only took a picture of that because look at how they hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So durable.
Yeah. Well, they were meant to last.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
exactly.
Like this will be a hand me down.
Yeah, look at all the
Star
Star
Trek.
Trek in the background.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, there was no rhyme
Yeah.
or reason to these thrift stores.
Those
or
are the
any-
funnest ones.
Yeah,
That's
right?
what I loved about
Yeah.
them.
Good hunting.
Yeah.
Here we
You never
go.
know
Look
what
at
you're gonna
some
find.
some of the old trucks. The ad, like the
Coastal.
bazooka. The
What's that one in the top right in the background? Zoom in.
Cowboys.
Is that,
Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys. Yeah.
wow,
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, Dallas
that
Cowboys.
is so cool. It looked
And then
like
the Olympics,
Popeye
too.
from
Yeah, I was
them.
gonna say, is that Olympics? Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Texaco.
okay.
What's that one in the top middle? Is that a Popeye or something? It's like
The Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, jeez.
okay.
I almost thought it was Heathcliff when you.
It
I did
does.
too.
It looks like it.
Well, from here, the one on the far right on the top looks like Popeye, but
It did look like Popeye.
yeah.
There we go.
There's my cloak and dagger again.
Here's some more.
Oh,
Are they
that's-
villains technically, or were they just extra characters?
Yeah, did they kind of go back both ways a little?
They threw everything at
Yeah,
us
right.
that they could.
Oh,
Here's
there
some
you go.
Generation X.
I got that.
I had all those.
Was that the first time you could get Jubilee as a character?
Yeah,
Or as a toy?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good gosh, this is so crazy. Like, so this was just like everything. Wherever they could put something, they put it.
I mean, you keep going, you'll see.
Yeah, right. Look at that.
Look at,
Just like
look at the
random.
boxes. Look at how they're stacked up on top.
Yeah.
That I literally had to move
Yeah.
things out of the way to look at other comic books. These comic books had no rhyme or reason
Yeah.
at all.
Oh, jeez.
But as soon as I saw the Dark Horse, I immediately clicked in my head that maybe there was the Prince comic that was in Dark Horse, and they had Piranha in there too, and both of them did Prince comics. So I'm flipping through them for a while.
Nobody's giving up their
Nothing,
Prince
yeah.
comics in this area.
No.
What is this? This like a play school?
Yeah. It
Fisher
opens
Price?
up, doesn't it?
Yep, I used to have one of
Fisher
those as a
Price.
kid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it you could wind it up, I believe, too.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I think so.
Is it-
Help you learn time.
Yeah.
Or steal
Here we
it.
go. Look at this.
That I had
This
as
like
a
a toy
kid.
box,
It's
kinda?
a toy box, and there used to be a lid on it. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and like I said, just tons of these different things.
That's crazy.
We got to go up there.
Look at it. Like more weird Fisher
Is that
Price
Oh, I
things.
thought that was one of those spinner top things.
No, this
I
one
love
just kind of rocks back. It's like a big weeble wobble with a bell in it.
Mm.
Huh.
But I was looking at those, going, God, you could make those into. Remember Mystery Men and the bowling?
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh my gosh.
Those bring you back.
Janine
Fisher Price.
Garofalo's character.
Yes,
Little people. Yeah.
little people.
Second Mystery Man reference I've heard today.
Wow.
That's so bizarre.
That is weird.
What, like this
After
is a
going
contentious
Yeah.
Yeah,
collecting
Two in a day.
sect. The
What-
the toy
what are
train
the
people.
odds?
Bachman. the
I don't have too.
Challenger.
I don't have too much
Train
experience with the train people. But
Me
is
either.
it just like, is it crazy or is it just such a niche?
I think it's a little of both, depending on your. There's a decent sized mall where I live down the Des Moines area, and it's not there anymore. But they rented a huge space and made it massive. All these train collectors got together to put stuff, made a massive like train universe.
That'd
So it
be
was pretty
sweet.
cool.
They used to have one in Bandana Square. You remember that, Mark?
No.
Okay.
Where was that?
Oh, there's some doubles.
It's in St.
Oh,
Paul,
here
so
we
that's
go.
why you don't remember.
I
We
didn't
got
go to St.
some.
Paul.
I didn't buy any.
Oh.
I didn't buy any. They weren't in the great. Look at that faded Star Wars in the back.
I'm a sucker for an Ewok.
You know,
Is that Chief Chirpa?
What were the
Nip-
prices?
Look at
It's the
Jabba's
little
sail
one.
barge.
I might have one for you if you, But yeah, they wanted like,
$12.
yeah, they're not in that good a shape
Yeah.
though. They were
Remember when your boy hooked you up and got you like a ton of those for like,
yeah,
I got them all for you for like 12
$12,
or 16
$15,
Yeah.
or
and
something.
then I broke one.
Of course
It was
you
like
did.
two movies. There was Empire and Return.
No, there was Return and
at
Empire
this.
and Star Wars.
This
in
was
there.
like,
That dog
I think
is
every
awesome.
kid almost like up until like 90, like the mid
Before
90s had
Slinkies.
You
this.
see, what you don't realize is that's a real taxidermy dog with just yellow,
They just put wheels on
Wheels
it.
on
Just put wheels on it.
creepy.
Oh my
Rover.
Here's some more. Oh, look at Scooby Doo.
More scoop. Oh yeah, that Happy Meal stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? That was probably all Happy Meal stuff. The only thing that was at one of these co-ops that had any cohesion to it at all. Looks like Disney something there
Some
too.
more random comics.
And look at it. All comic books were half off.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, and they're board and
But they
boxed.
pretty much cover
Yeah.
price.
Yeah,
for the most
board and
part?
bag. No, they were half off. They were very reasonable and they were in really good shape.
Oh, okay.
And if you notice the one on the bottom there in the middle, right next to the half, that was a Spider-Man that I forgot to grab actually,
Oh no.
and it was a McFarlane Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was around the Carnage time, right?
Yeah, I made that
Some
mistake.
more glasses.
Jimmy.
Jimmy
James
Dean.
Dean. I was
Or
going to say
James
Jimmy
Dean.
Dean. He's
Jimmy
got
Dean
sausage.
sausage.
He's got
And to
his
the-
sausage.
And to the left of James Dean is Brandon.
Which one?
Oh,
Barney
Theodore?
or Theodore?
Theodore. Well,
okay.
you can. I was going to say Dino, but whatever.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Star Trek. Good gosh.
Oh, I just remember seeing. I never
They
got any
saturate
of those.
all antique stores.
But yeah, you see him.
Look at the hinge elbow on that bad
Yeah.
boy. $5.
Yeah, look at
Ahead
that.
of its time on that articulation there.
It comes with your very own. Is it the stand? It's like a badge. It looks like
Yeah,
it.
I got a
Yeah.
couple of
A
those.
lot of times I'll pick stuff up like that just for the accessories
Yeah, right.
that they have with them.
What
'cause
the
it's
heck? This is like
my dude needs
the-
that.
Yeah.
the
And then I'll
Barbie
open it.
model like makeup kit
I
thing,
just
right?
saw some of the creepy. Now this is, you can see in the background of the cement wall. This is in a basement
Oh, jeez.
of the most. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp in the microphone. But in one of the creepiest basements, like
My friend Steph would have bought that head.
probably.
She's been collecting those heads. Just
Oh,
so
speaking
she
of
can-
Okay.
creepy,
Oh, yeah,
All right.
exactly.
This
That's
I took many
sweet.
took many pictures of this. This is the creepiest doll.
this is the only
I've
one I
ever
wanted to save to put on.
seen in my life, and I've looked at it, and I think it's a gopher,
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Is it?
Yeah.
and it's for a Minnesota. Go ahead and go to the next
Oh,
one,
okay.
B.
Oh, good God! Yeah, just keep explaining that.
No, I don't know what happened. Did you delete the other ones?
The other one was just still the same angle. So
Yeah, it said something about Minnesota pageantry from like
Mm.
Yeah.
1950,
Oh, like the state fair.
1958. Yeah,
Oh,
but it
okay.
was just so creepy. I think that's Tonto.
That's what I was going to say. Is
Yeah.
that Tonto or is it the Crying Indian?
But it had but it had like all the accessories to it. I was really impressed with some of the bagging that they did with these. I mean, it really had the feel of a little bit of care was put into all of these, but
Mhm.
they didn't quite know what they were worth,
Yeah.
so they just kind of $40.
And that goes either one or
but
two
no
ways.
haggling makes it like
Yeah.
real hard.
And that's where I saw the comic
Yeah.
books where I had to grab them.
Oh man.
Yeah, all these John Deere
Yeah.
and like that. Look at that old Ertl.
These little dudes.
What are those?
I just remember I had a
What
bunch
are
of
they?
those,
Yeah.
like little tiny. They're kind of like the little army
Yeah,
men,
that's what it looks like.
but they were like little spacemen dudes. Like, see,
Mm.
they got like little laser pistols and stuff. I had
Yeah.
a bunch of those. It can be worth
Weird.
a lot of
I
money.
didn't really notice those at all.
I didn't notice them till right now.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time you saw that. Well, no, it's
No,
not.
we've seen these
Yeah.
pictures, but just not as.
You weren't with me.
We've seen the pictures.
But yeah,
though.
those metal toys are like.
John
everything
Deere's
else.
always
I
hot.
I was in
especially
Cross
down my
Lake the
way.
week before you. I left all this stuff for you.
Here we go. Pez. I feel like I don't know if it does it really matter with Pez if they're on the card anymore.
So
if
I
they're
don't
past a
understand
certain-
that Pez. What it's Santa and it looks like the Easter Bunny. It's
It
like a crossover.
is.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like, it's so weird.
No,
It's the holiday ones.
that's what they had for dinner for
Yeah,
Christmas
I
was
guess.
a Possenpfeffer.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna stick with that. All right, what else you got?
that's just crazy.
Is that all of them?
I think there's one, but it was a double. No, that's it. That was the last
Well,
one.
go to the back one. Go one back. I want to see that one real quick. Yeah,
That one. Okay.
zoom in on that one.
Which part?
I didn't know what that truck was. It looks like made of.
Oh, that's the one from Cars. It's the Disney Pixar
Oh.
movie. It's Mater. It's
Oh.
voiced by Larry the Cable Guy.
That's why I didn't know.
That's why I didn't know it.
It just well, it also says toy tow truck, so it doesn't give you too much information.
Yeah.
Well, that was my trip, but that
You
was
got some
one
good
of the
stuff.
funnest trips I'd have.
Yeah, right.
And this is out, and shout out to Crosby, Minnesota, the cute little town.
Love
Very,
Crosby.
very progressive. Rows of antique stores. There's literally 5, 6, 7 on
Wow.
one. Yeah, and then you can
That's
turn the
crazy.
corner, and then there's just 3 or 4 thrift stores, and they're just stacked full of everything, which I just love that you can sift through.
I've always wanted to go to those thrift stores, but I can never get my drunken buddies to leave the cabin.
That's where you get up early while they're still sleeping
Yeah, exactly.
and go do it your damn self.
They don't sleep.
Do it your dang self.
Oh boy, I got friends like that.
All right, when is the next swap?
What is the next swap?
June 6th, Sunday.
How many tables?
50 vendors, so probably 70 tables.
Ooh, okay, and where is this?
The Eagle 34.
Okay.
You know the address, 2507 East 25th Street. Overflow parking at Memory Lanes.
9 to 3?
9 to 3.
Okay.
Will there be any food?
Yes, there will.
There's food on premise.
Maybe
There's
Kyle will
pull
make it one
tabs,
day.
Will there
there's
be a-
I gotta
drinks.
get up.
I was gonna say,
gotta
will there
come
be a
up.
Kyle?
I got to get to one of them this summer for sure. I will
It'd be cool to have you come up and just do your own
There
little
you go.
video.
We
and-
could all go do a walkthrough together.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That
That'd
would
be
be
sweet.
really fun, man.
I'm thinking about trying to get up to the kids and something. Maybe go to the Mall of America and
Yeah.
tie that in, spend the night, and I'll go out Sunday to the swap. They can sleep in and swim.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 We could
Yeah,
we could,
definitely. It's gonna happen.
we could all go
Should.
get Bloody Marys too. Just saying. All right. So yeah, January 6th, June 6th.
June 6th.
June 6th.
June 6th, free admission.
50 plus tables,
Eagles
free
34.
admission. Yep. Outdoors. And
Be there or be square.
food
You're gonna
and
miss out
stuff,
on
too.
deals.
Yeah.
The later you show up, the less you get.